There's 12 gates in the kingdom. There's not just one big gate where everybody gets in, but there's 12.
Right.
12 gates with the names of the 12 tribes of Israel.
That's right.
So, exactly. Hey, all praises, brother. All praises. You can't argue that. Because why? Because let God be true, but every man a lie. So if you didn't know that prior, just know there's a lot of other lies too. Okay, the Bible is very exclusive.
You are now flying.
Southwest. Seasons changing, we go harder. Barely can sleep, I hit the streets, I got my guard up. I know we probably did some things that we not proud of. That's why the Father had to leave us at the bottom. But I ain't tripping cause he got us. We on a mission, time ticking on that timer. Taking the kingdom ain't no secret, bro, we got us. Cause ain't no respect without power. Rise and shine, early grind, recognize I'm certified. 12 tribes worldwide, don't act like you ain't heard about it. I'm a young kind of fly, Babylon traumatized. Hit the block, prophesy. Hit me when you down the ride, nigga. Tell me now how you figure. You rob me for everything and then break me down to a nickel. Red clay be the dirt and them shackles are iron bigger. System made to enslave an intelligent mind, nigga. Listen, I got crumbs I barely eat. I got bed I never sleep. I got a son I never see. So if I'm playing this for keeps, then he can play me for weak. And I ain't playing when I speak. They call it hate you.
3. Let's go to John 3. John 3, verse 1. Pastor,
You ain't gonna double jump me. No.
double jump, what are you talking about? Give me John 3, John 3. Because if you love the word, we teaching the word right now, okay? Let's get John 3 because you said he died for the whole world. Come on, Pastor, if you love the Bible, you can discourse. Okay, so we're going to go to John 3. Read verse 1.
The book of John, chapter 3 and verse 1. There was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus.
So the Pharisees were who? What race of people? They were Israelites. Good, right. Read on.
A ruler of the Jews.
The ruler of the Jews. The Pharisees, we know they were the Jews. Read on.
Verse 2. The same came to Jesus by night and said unto him, Rabbi, we know that thou art a teacher come from God. For no man can do these miracles that thou doest, except God be with him.
So this is a conversation between two Jews, because you know Jesus is a Jew as well, right? Okay, so two Jews are having a conversation. Read verse 14.
John chapter 3 and verse 14. And as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness.
So he's giving you scriptural reference. As Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness. Let's get the context, Pastor, right? Because it's John 3 and 14. The brother, he asked a good question. He said, you know what John 3 and 16 says, but what does 14 and 15 say? He was like, you caught me off guard. The reason why is because what they call it, eisegesis. They isolate scriptures. That is isolating a scripture when you only know John 3 and 16.
Bring it out.
But you don't know the context behind it. So verse 14, two Jews are speaking. Verse 14 says, as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness. What is he referencing? Numbers 21 and 6, right? As Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, let's get the context, because I know you're a minister. What happened when Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness? Who was there? Was it everybody? It wasn't everybody, right? Okay, read that real quick. Numbers 21 and 6.
Numbers chapter 21 and verse 6. And the Lord sent fiery serpents among the people, and they bit the people, and much people of Israel died.
Much people of who?
Much people of Israel died.
So this is Israelites, right? Just like Moses lifted up the serpent to the Israelites. Read verse 9.
Verse 9. And Moses made a serpent of brass and put it upon a pole. And it came to pass that if a serpent had bitten any man, that he beheld the serpent of brass and he lived.
So go back to John 3. I don't want to lose you.
So again, I asked this question. What is your opinion?
Okay, we're going to get that. We're going to get that. Our purpose is to teach the truth. Because just like you're an aged man, you don't know a lot of things that we know. Hold on. Let's just finish.
Hold on a minute. Are you here to just say black people?
We're here to just teach. That's it. That's it. We're not. Hey, give me that song where.
That's the question. Just ask the question.
Because I don't know if you went to school or anything. Did you go to school to learn how to preach? You went to seminary school. We call it cemetery school because it's really it's a death religion. So you got the Baptist church was created by this guy, okay? The Mormon. These are all slave masters. These are all people that did this to our people. So that's why we out here, we trying to teach you the truth. Because if you are in a Baptist or an Adventist, Jehovah's Witness, Pentecostal, Mormon religion, Christianity as itself, then you are under your oppressor. Okay, you've learned from the wrong people. The same people that raped, robbed, and murdered you. You think they can teach you about how to get salvation with God? They didn't even do what the Bible said. And this is what they preach. So just like this, along with John 3:16, they twist scriptures. Okay, so we came to teach the truth. Yes. Christ said, "Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." You have to know the truth. But let's continue with this John 3 real quick. John 3:14.
Book of John, chapter 3, verse 14. And as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so must the Son of Man be lifted up.
So just like Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness to the children of Israel, just so the Son of Man must be lifted up to the children of Israel. If you believe on Christ, you will be saved. To the children of Israel. Read on.
That whosoever believeth,
Whosoever amongst you children of Israel. Read on.
that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have eternal life.
And then you get John 3:16. For God so loved the world, he sent his son to die. And that's why we read in Matthew 15:24, Jesus himself, out of his own words, not a pastor word, not a what America says, anybody else. He said that I am not sent, but only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. That's just Bible, right? But give me that in Matthew 4:17. Because this is why we really out here. We're trying to teach what Christ taught. Because in Christianity, we've seen pastors say that the laws are done away with.
Right.
Bring it out.
But see, by what I was hearing, there's an exclusion.
Exclusion.
Yeah, there's an exclusion.
The Bible is very exclusive.
And I'm asking, I hear you saying you want to teach. But Jesus said, I come to save all that is lost.
All that is lost. Who is lost? Matthew.
If he comes to save that, all that is lost, that means all creation, correct?
Okay, who is lost? Is everybody lost? Okay, let's see what the Bible says. Let's see what the Bible. What you're gonna notice, Pastor? We only gonna go to the scriptures. You know, like we're done with just listening to men because they can lead you astray. Yeah, you asked them some great questions. We appreciate you pulling over. We appreciate that, sir. Read that.
The book of Matthew, chapter 15, and verse 24. But he answered and said, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
It didn't say everybody was lost.
Of Israel.
The lost sheep of the house of Israel. That's what he means. I say that which is lost.
Right.
Why are we lost? Because what's your nationality? You say you black. That means you lost because you can't prove Afro-American. Right. You outlive your nationality because they say, who are you today? African-American.
Yeah.
But before that, it was Afro-American. See, we're lost because our nationality keeps changing. The bottom line is you're a black man, but guess what? Where in the Bible can you find the nation of black? Because you lost. Because you lost. You see what I'm saying? So, what you have to understand.
I know where I'm at.
Right.
You know where you at, but you don't know where you are.
Bring it out.
Okay?
As long as I know he loves me, I'm all right.
Okay, but look. Why do you think our community is in curses and shambles? We have Christianity churches on all the hoods, every block.
Right.
But yet we still have crime rampant.
Right.
We still hate black on black people. We don't hear about what white crime do. We don't hear about Asian on Asian crime. But black on black crime is rampant. You got baby mamas, baby daddies.
Right.
Our young kids have guns.
Right.
And they shoot each other now.
Bring it out.
Right? Over and over again, we are constantly going down and down and down into hell. You understand? But you say you not, but it ain't just about you though, right? It's about people. It's about us. No, you was trying to bring everybody in because the Bible is very exclusive, like you were saying. Give me that Deuteronomy. No, Revelation real quick. I know that's good. We know you didn't come to argue. You came because we was teaching the Bible. That's good. But
I was asked to pull.
And you did, so we appreciate it. But watch this. Revelation 21, the last book of the Bible.
Bring it out.
The book of Revelation, chapter 21, and verse 12.
This is describing what happened. Did you say
great and high, and had 12 gates.
How many gates?
12 gates.
So in the kingdom, it had a wall great and high, because you know everybody ain't getting in. But it had 12 what?
12 gates. And at the gates, 12 angels.
12 angels. Sounds familiar. Read on.
And names written thereon.
There's names written on the gates. Read on.
And the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel.
So there's 12 gates in the kingdom. There's not just one big gate where everybody gets in, but there's 12.
Right.
12 gates with the names of the 12 tribes of Israel.
That's right.
So exactly. Hey, all praises, brother. All praises. You can't argue that. Because why? Because let God be true, but every man a lie. So if you didn't know that prior, just know there's a lot of other lies too. Okay, the Bible is very exclusive. You know, and we don't know who we are. That's why we have to come back. You got Deuteronomy 28:68 real quick.
Bring it up.
Because you know, at the you said the bottom line at the end of the day, you know you black. But in Deuteronomy 28, it says that these curses would identify with the children of Israel. Watch that. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68.
This is Moses speaking to the children of Israel after he saved them out of the land of Egypt. We know that the land of Egypt is predominantly what type of people? Black people, right? Just like, right, people of color. Now, the Middle East is a new term, but it's East Africa. It's Northeast Africa. That's really what it is.
Bring it out.
So you had the Egyptians, and then you had us flee. You had the Israelites flee into the Middle East, which is Jerusalem, right? Israel, land of Canaan. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
He's saying, if you don't listen to the Lord, these curses are going to come upon you. We just skip down to the last curse. It said, what?
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
When it says, I'm going to bring you into Egypt again, he said, I'm going to bring you into bondage again. I'm going to bring you into captivity again, because we know that the Israelites were in servitude for 400 years in the land of Egypt. So he said, I'm going to bring you into Egypt again. It's synonymous for bondage. With what? You said what? Okay, yeah. So read it.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
How did you get over here to this land? Into slavery. They told you was brought over here on ships. Yeah. And there wasn't no airplanes. And the boat was a transportation. It was a slave boat. What you see right here, we was packed like sardines. They didn't feed us right. That's why they say millions upon millions of our people died in the transatlantic slave. They in the ocean right now. The Atlantic Ocean. They in. Read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
He said, if you don't want to keep my commandments, you children of Israel, I'm going to bring you into slavery again with ships. Slave ships. Read on.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Once you got off the slave ships, you were sold to your enemies. Sounds familiar, right? Who else did that happen to? See, it is very exclusive, because we know for a fact that I've never seen the Chinaman go into slavery on slave ships and be sold unto another people. I've never seen the white man be sent into slavery on slave ships, sold to another people. Even the African man, okay, is the children of Israel.
There, yet thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and for bondwomen.
Bondmen and bondwomen, slave men and slave women. What else happened to us? 48.
Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
So once you get off of the slave ships, you're going to serve your enemies. Read on.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, and hunger.
If you want anything to eat, you got to go to your enemies. Right? Read on.
And
it's even today. You see that even today, because McDonald's is not owned by us. Right. Okay, Walgreens is not, Dillon's is not.
Right.
Okay, Walmart is not. If you want something to eat, you gotta go to your enemies. Even the black farmers is at an all-time low.
And hunger, and in thirst.
You want something to drink, even a water bill. What's the water companies out here? You paying to the enemy. Okay? Yeah, it ain't you. It ain't your people. Read on.
And in nakedness.
In nakedness. You want clothing. These are necessities. Hunger, clothing, water. These are necessities, but we have to go to these other nations to get it. Read on.
And in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
Because you said you own a lot of houses, right? it says you shall go to your enemy in one of all things. If you want to own something, if you want to own a house, what you got to do? You got to go get the paperwork from who? The enemy. You have to legally own this, legally own that. You want any type of certification, driver's license, ordained. If you want to be an ordained minister, you got to go to your enemy to be ordained. You see what I'm saying? And one of all things, you got to serve your enemies.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
It said he shall put a what?
He shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
Sir, he shall put a yoke of iron on your neck. Read on.
Until he hath destroyed thee.
Until he hath destroyed thee. The black, Hispanic, and Native American man had yokes of iron on their necks, walking around, caged up, chained up. Why are they taken off now? Because we're destroyed as a people.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. His word, his word.